AJD Old Channel says, "Oh my lord, that Ahmed Best in the volume looks like worse green screen compositing than Attack of the Clones." Yeah, I mean the volume's pretty bad. I don't know if Culture Casino is still here. He was saying this is a volume room. It's cramped. I still think that at the end of the day, the real purpose of the show is to perfect the volume and try and sell the volume, and that's really what Lucasfilm is banking on, rather than any kind of
I mean, it's working.
Disney Plus viewership or anything like that. I think that's where the real money is the tech to selling it to other studios. I know you know a little bit more about that too. Where do you think the money is? Do you think there's more money in renting this out than there would be maybe in like Disney Plus subscribers for the show?
Well, Disney's been renting it out already to other productions, but other productions have also been buying and building their own version. Other studios have, just because they can do things with it that's actually really useful. So I would say the speeder bike chase that they did in this one, it's great for that. However, they haven't figured out how to capture the proper speed in relation to, like, it always feels like you can tell that he's just standing, he's just motionless, and then the background's moving around with him because the background isn't moving as fast as it normally should be. Where in the old days, the way you'd do it is you get a car, you put it on a lift, it'd be surrounded by a green screen, and someone would have already gone out and shot plates. Basically, they'd be sitting in a car, they'd have the camera pointed out in either direction, front, back, left, right, whatever. They record traveling at 60 miles an hour for however long, and they'd place that in there, and you would feel like, oh, it's kind of convincing. You can tell that they're actually going fast in the background, even though the light's a little more consistent on the characters. But in this case here, they don't do that. It's all done digitally. So even though they can punch into the computer like, oh yeah, this is how fast they're actually going, the computer doesn't allow for a proper amount of motion blur to convey the speed that human eye registers. And so it looks like everything is a little bit slower than it actually is. So you're losing the intensity that you would get otherwise in a scene like this. I mean, just go back to the speeder bikes race in Return of the Jedi. That's all shot on plates.
I love that.
On plates, and it looks really fast.
I think it holds up better. Yeah, it looks like super fast. Like they're going.
And they did that by just having a guy run through the forest with the camera with racked up speed recording it. And then they even racked it up further when they did it in the final cut. So
yeah, it still looks good. It still holds up. It
looks good.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. I was just like, the stuff that George made in the 80s and 70s looks better than some of the stuff that we're seeing in this show. I was gonna point that out. I was like, the speeder bike chase scene is just more intense, more you're on your edge of your seat. Like, what's gonna happen? Are these Imperials gonna get away? Are they gonna get them? Like what's gonna happen? And you have all the different things and how they kind of like get them and everything like that, and then it leads to other things. And in this one, it was just kind of get to the port.
Well, lots at stake. If the scout troopers communicate to the main base that the rebels are here, their entire plan is doomed. So yeah, there's some great great stakes and urgency in there, and it has intensity. This one here, it's got all the elements of what it should be. It just doesn't feel like it's executed on the screen.